Good morning everybody and thanks for coming. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Rami Altaei. I'm the youngest GX certified penetration tester on Earth. And I'm here today to share with you some of what I've learned over the last few years about cybercrime and cybersecurity in general. A little warning before getting started. Over the next approximately 30 minutes, I'll be talking about something that I'm really interested in. And there is something happens when you get too interested, which is the following. For me as a geek, I start using some incredibly horrifying buzzwords. So if you heard something like dat känneteckningsstruktur av en drogernas mixkort kan det betyda delar av partikel och continuous. It can be coding at this point at the date on Tuesday. Feel free to throw something because you won't be the only person thinking I have no idea what he's saying. So do interject if I go too far. Another health and safety tip, I do have some viruses, some crime text photographs and some lie detecting tools. Please don't leave this room and go and download any of the computer viruses that I show you. It would be a very embarrassing way to round off a presentation about security. You may be wondering by now, why should you even care about cybercrime and cybersecurity in general? And my answer to you is the following. We are doing everything online, from banking, communication and business management and so on. And you would probably like to protect your sensitive data from criminals and thieves. And just before protecting yourself, you have to be aware of the real-world cyber criminals' activities. You have to be aware of what you're really up against. At the beginning, I will show you some of the most impressive, smart pieces of malicious code. The first one is this. This is an antivirus product. It's actually a piece of malicious code that pretends to be an antivirus product, and it asks you to purchase the product to be able to use the functionalities. I don't know about you, but I like that much better when viruses used to be free. I like that much better when cybercriminals used to steal your data for free. And this one is the meanest piece of malicious code ever exists. This one installs some unlicensed software on your server and it asks you to pay a certain amount of money to remove that unlicensed software. And if you didn't pay within 72 hours, they will report you to the company which owns that unlicensed software and you will just be completely destroyed. Next up, I would like to prove to you that nothing is unbreakable. Even some of the devices that we have all trusted and thought that it can't be hacked. These are Apple iPhones which have been hacked by a cybercriminal. They are currently locked and encrypted, and you can't unencrypt them unless you pay the cybercriminal a certain amount of money. And this is an iOS device with the same issue. Now, this is my favorite, cyber crime packs. The crime packs are basically products which was made by a cybercriminal to sell to other cybercriminals to facilitate their hacking efforts. These products makes it 3 easy clicks to create and deploy a new piece of malicious code. No coding skills required. And look at this business reporting dashboard. I mean, some of the security products that I've seen lately can learn a thing or two from this cybercriminal over here. Some of the most interesting features that I've seen in these products, first of all, is the daily updates. Yes, they do daily updates, so you can make sure that you can keep stealing people's data as long as you pay for the product. The second one is the technical support. You can email the cybercriminal to ask him for help installing your illegal hacking server. Last but not least, the cloud-based service. For a fee of a few $100s per month, you can have a fully managed cloud solution. And guess what? If your illegal hacking server was taken down by law enforcement, they offer you a money-back guarantee. I'm not sure how you can persecute your consumer rights against a cyber criminal in the other side of the world, but it's a great marketing message, if nothing else. Now, I was thinking about the best way to help you to understand the real-world cyber criminals' activities, and it occurred to me that the best thing to do is to be quite daring and try to show you one of the problems. What could possibly go wrong? For those of you who have ever done a live demonstration before, you would know that there is one chance out of 63,055 that this is going to go smoothly. And when it fails horribly, I will warn you now that my standard padding for time routine is to look up a random national anthem on Wikipedia and sing it. So if you heard what appears to be a terrible version of the Canadian national anthem, all you have to do is just to bear with me while I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So we have over here a Linux machine, which you can see at some movies such as The Matrix, and this is a good old Windows XP machine. So we have here a malicious file that as soon as you try to open it, it pops up a little security warning. I mean, everyone will just click on open anyway. Nobody will ever read it. And if you're noticing over here, we're seeing something interesting. The machine which opened that malicious file is connecting back to the attacker machine. We've got something called Meterpreter, which allows you to do absolutely everything on the hacked machine. So, if you try right now to type something over here, this is and as you can see, we have successfully stole what was written there. We can take like a screenshot and it's saved somewhere. So this is the screenshot that we took just now. Now this is one of the most basic examples. We are seeing more than 250,000 similar examples every single day. Now, the security community have two major problems. The first one is that the users are taking a very long time to apply one of the best security practices. And when the miracle finally happens, and they actually start applying it, it's either too late or they keep doing it for a very long time. So if you ask someone random about what could construct the perfect password, they will tell you the exact brilliant advice that a security professional would give 10 years ago. 8 characters, choose something random, a combination of numbers, uppercase and lowercase letters, and some unknown characters from Flemish envelope. And actually today, if your password is less than 16 characters, you're leaving yourself incredibly vulnerable. Next up is the massive gap between the user's expectations about what cybercriminals are doing and the reality. This is an example of what people think the cybercriminals looks like. So basically, if you ask a random person, what would a phishing email look like, they will tell you about that Nigerian banker which wants to give you $50 billion because he likes your face. But the reality is this. The phishing email looks like the legit ones. And if you followed some of the best security policies, you choose this one over the legit one. The harder Microsoft software getting to exploit, the more advanced the social engineering mechanisms goes. Cybercriminals are changing their path from the development of their technically smart exploits to the development of their smart and super convincing scenarios. Now, I would like to share with you my final theory. And it's this. The big question is, can you be 100% secure? And that's the answer, basically. You absolutely can't be 100% secure. Because planning to be 100% secure is like planning to never get sick in your whole lifetime. And that's basically impossible. But the good news are that you can reduce the repetition of sickness by following some basic steps from your doctor. And that concept can be applied to the digital world. So by following some of the best security practices, you can make sure that you won't be one of the 90% that get hacked because of the terrible failure in the basics. I hope you use the greatest hacking tool, which is Google, to look up the top 10 security practices for 2017 and apply them immediately. Because otherwise, you're leaving yourself unbelievably vulnerable. For any questions, you can hit me up on Twitter, and I will be more than happy to help you out. Thank you.